Hello and welcome. Okay, so right now we're starting a new series called
Partscaster Tele.
Okay, so the idea behind this is that I'm going to take you through my Partscasters. This one in particular we're going to start with, and I'm going to try and do it with very minimal to possibly no edits, which is very unlike me, but I'm so far behind with content videos that I need to try something a bit different. So we're going to start off with this Tele, this beautiful Tele Partscaster, which I think has been a bit of a fail. So I'm going to go through what the story was with this one, lessons learned, and what's happening with it. All right? So, interestingly, this story of a Tele Partscaster actually starts with a Strat. Yeah, I know that's weird. So, I'm going to try and put it on screen now. I designed this guitar on that virtual guitar builder thing, Squier or something like that. Basically for my covers band that I play in, Coconut Groove, which has got an 80s kind of flavour vibe aesthetic to the band. And I thought I'd try and make something that looked a bit Miami synthwave kind of deal. So that's kind of what I was trying to create there. And if you've got a keen eye, you could see that I kind of got close up here a little bit. So that's basically what happened. I ended up making this here, which is kind of close to the original design. In fact, I think it personally looks even better. But this is a Partscaster Tele for another day. And when I was making that one, I also ended up with this one too, and this is how I actually discovered Jet guitars. This is the Jet JS300, still unfinished, no strings on it, Partscaster Tele for another day. Anywho, so I was looking for parts and whatnot to build this Partscaster, the Strat, and I came across this neck, and I stopped in my tracks immediately. It was on eBay, and it was the most beautiful neck I'd ever seen in my life, because of this grain. I'm going to try and show you here and on some close-up pics, but there's a knot right here if you can see that. It's a bit shiny, the camera's maybe not picking it up. But anyway, this beautiful knot in this neck, I was like, OMG, and roasted maple, which is what I've been all about these days, I had to have it. It's a Fender neck, by the way. Fender, Mexican, roasted maple neck. Yeah, so I had to have it. Flat oval though, not ideal, not my favourite. So quickly ordered this. What did it cost me? £215-ish delivered. And then I thought, right, well, I need a body for it. What's going to fit well? Classic vibe, Squier, 50s, loaded body. It was like, there was only two on eBay at the time, and this one was a good price. So it had like the pickups and hardware included. I think it even had the neck plate. And yeah, I thought I'll just grab that. I wasn't really thinking too much about the colour or anything like that. I just thought, I need a body and we'll put this Tele Partscaster together. So that cost me 150-ish delivered. I've got some notes here. Where is it? Yeah, I can't find it, but I think it was 150. Where is it? I didn't write it down. But yeah, I think it's 150 delivered. And I think it's a pine body, or maybe ash. And if you've got any experience with these bodies, they're either made in Indonesia or China, depending on what year it is. And some of them, although they're this kind of off-white, some look more yellow and some look more kind of pink. This one is one of the more yellow looking ones. So there you go. That's where we got to neck, body. I stuck them together, all was looking pretty good. In fact, here's how it was looking with this black pickguard. I thought, yeah, that's okay, but this neck is so special, I want the guitar to look a bit more special. So I found this wooden pickguard here on AliExpress, and I think it ended up costing me about £30 or something. It was actually part of a set. You could see the control plate is also wood. Now, when I seen this online, it was actually like a brown sunburst, but what ended up coming was this kind of red sunburst. If you have any experience buying from AliExpress or Temu, you'll know that you don't always get exactly what you ordered, and that's what happened here. So anywho, this came with gold pickguard screws, right? Now, gold isn't usually my kind of thing, but as soon as I started screwing them in, and I seen them against the kind of yellowish body, it was like, yes, that just looks so classy. It needs all gold hardware now. So we ended up having to change everything to gold hardware. And gold hardware can be a bit of a problem when you're ordering parts from different suppliers, because a lot of different suppliers have a different idea of what gold is. So for example, I'm going to skip to these knobs. These are the ones that I settled on because they're closest to the other hardware, but I also ordered these knobs, which are also supposed to be gold. And if you can see here, they're quite clearly, I don't know, like a burnt coppery orange bronze thing. It wouldn't have matched. Anyway, so if you're ever getting gold hardware on things, that can be a bit of an issue. So anyway, the next problem was finding the correct bridge that I wanted, because I'm not a big telly player in general, but I'm not a fan of the kind of ashtray sides. They bother me a little bit. And I'm also not a fan of the traditional barrel saddles. Just don't like them. So this isn't the first bridge that I had on this. I actually had the stock one, which is chrome of course, but I wanted gold. So I got this gold one, which was the 6 individual barrel saddles. And it's like the worst design ever. The strings all come up and hit against the screws and springs and stuff. Horrible design, so that got binned. But it was actually quite a problem to find a bridge with 4 screws under here, but with the 6 modern saddles and without an edge. Took me ages of looking at different suppliers and shopping around. I just couldn't find one. And then I eventually found this one on eBay, and it's a Goto, and it was used. And I got that for prices £35 delivered, and it was gold, so it fit. So there you go. Where are we at now? Goto bridge, the correct knobs. We've got sunbursty pickguard and control panel. Classic vibe, probably pine body, Fender roasted maple neck. Sticking with the gold, we went for gold Fender locking tuners, and I think I paid full whack for these, about £75. Yep, they're decent locking tuners though. And of course we had to do all the other little details like, what is this? What do we call these? Strap buttons. Gold strap buttons. Went for a gold Fender neck plate of course. And what else? That's about it. Other changes. Graphtech Tusk XL nut, because that has to happen. And 2 Graphtech Tusk XL string trees. You can get them in a set. £15.50 I think I was. I got them cheap. Ended up buying 2 sets. That was off of eBay again. Hopefully I'm tallying up this price as we go, but I already know that I spent too much on this. And was it worthwhile? We're about to find out shortly. Next up, let's talk about the pickups. So originally it was of course just the stock classic vibe pickups, and they could be Tone Riders, because apparently Tone Riders went in a lot of classic vibes at a certain time frame. Is it the Chinese ones? Someone can maybe let me know, correct me in the comments. And that could have been Tone Riders, I don't know, but I don't think I loved them. So I ended up getting them changed for, on my guitar tech's recommendation, a set of Warman 5.2s. And the Warman 5.2s have the 3 wound strings, the bass strings are Alnico 5 magnets, and the 3 unwound strings are Alnico 2 magnets. And I tried them for a bit, and ultimately I didn't love them. They sounded a bit warm, and they didn't have that kind of like telly twang that I was hoping to get with a telly, funnily enough. So they came out, and I ended up getting a used Fender player set, because they're just super great pickups, they're not expensive, and the Strat ones I absolutely love, so I thought, let's go for the telly ones. £45 delivered. Right, so we're on the second set of pickups, we're on the second bridge, we're on the second set of knobs. A lot of trial and error to make Partscasters sometimes. Do your research ahead of time. Next thing that went in is this Freeway Switch. So I've had Freeway Switches in the past on a Strat. If you've got a blade one, it's usually like a 10-way, but this is a 6-way, so you've got 1, 2, 3, and then go up to the next bank. 1, 2, 3. And I've got my instructions because I've not used this for ages. Hold on. Here's the wiring diagram. I'll explain. So what we'll have is the bottom bank, if you like, is just normal tele stuff. So bridge, middle and neck, neck. Then we'll go up to the next bank, and I think I'll go to position 4 first, and in here we'll have both pickups on, in parallel, out of phase. Okay, and then the next one, both pickups in series, out of phase. And then the last one, in series, in phase. So I think that basically turns this into a humbucker, or maybe that's the other one. Can't remember, I'll have to play it again. But anyway, if I've been tallying it all up, and I hope I've not missed anything, there's how much it cost. Was it worth it? To me, no, it was not worth it because I never play this thing, like ever. Remember, this was supposed to be a Strat. This was supposed to be a blue Strat. It's not a blue Strat. So, the biggest things that I got wrong was that I seen a knot on a neck that I absolutely loved, and that started this whole thing. And then when the neck arrived, I learned that I don't love this flat oval neck profile. It's too thin. It's very much like a Charvel neck. It's also a 12-inch radius. It's just too flat and shreddy for me. Looks absolutely beautiful. Feels amazing, like to the touch. That satin finish. Super smooth, but it's just too skinny. A bit shreddy. I don't like the neck. And that's 90% of the experience. Yes. Looks are important, but not important enough. Next thing, if this indeed is a pine body, it looks like it's pine or ash. I don't know if you can see the grain through here. I can see it here, but I don't know if it's picking up on camera. But anywho, I think it's made of pine and it's pretty heavy. I'll tell you the weight, I'll put it up on screen, I'll weigh it. But yeah, it's pretty heavy. Versatile Tele, looks good, but don't like the neck, it's too heavy. I thought about refinishing it, I'm never going to refinish it. So what's happening with this is it's been a bit of a waste. I'm going to try and recoup some of the money, and basically I need these locking tuners for another project for my Squier Affinity Starcaster that I'm modding into something else. I need some gold tuners for it, gold locking tuners, and I'm not playing this, so this is getting parted out and sold, sadly. But I do need a Tele, so I've got another Tele, but it's a thin line and I'm after something a bit more interesting. I'm going to do another Partscaster, so I think I'm going to keep the pickguard and the control plate because it's quite unique. I might keep the Goto bridge for another project, maybe not, I don't know, we'll see. But what's definitely going is the body because it's too heavy, and sadly the neck because it's too shreddy. Goldilocks syndrome right here, but Goldilocks because the gold. Right, so that's this one's Partscaster Tele. I thought I better tell you a bit about it before it gets disassembled. I don't know if I'm going to do any playing clips in this video. If I am, you've heard them. If not, here's a wee playing clip. Okay, so that's it. Let me know what you think of this new series in the comments. Please. It might not even be a series if you don't like it, or maybe it will. But like I say, I'm trying to do minimal editing, pretty much one take. I'm going to have to do a couple of edits. I stumbled on my words a couple of times. But mainly, it's going to be one take. I don't have the background music, all the fancy chops and stuff. If you like that sort of stuff, let me know in the comments. And I can make more of these, like, a lot easier. One take, that's what we're talking about. Also, Partscaster tales. What have you made? Well, tell me your Partscaster tale stories. Get them in the comments. What have you made? Have you made a... Has everybody made a Strat? You made a Tele? It's harder to make set neck guitars, isn't it? Let me know your Partscaster tales if you had any. Maybe you've never thought about doing one before. Maybe you have. If you are going to do one, what I would say is have a plan and kind of stick to it. Or what happens is you try to make one of these and you end up with one of these. That's not supposed to happen. So yeah, plan it and don't deviate from your plan too much. Measure everything. Maybe don't go with gold hardware. That would be the lessons I've learned. Okay. Live streams every Thursday, 7:30 PM. If you've liked the video, please hit like. Maybe even subscribe. If I get any new subscribers out of this, then that'll maybe tell me that these are worthwhile doing. If you didn't like this sort of video, check out some of the other ones that are more highly produced than this. And let me know what you think of them. Or whatever. Right. What do I do again? I can't remember how to sign off. Thanks for watching. That's what you do. Thanks for watching. Until next time, see you later.